Very good afternoon. Now we are going to discuss about ecologism. We want to continue our discussion about ecologism, central themes of ecologism. I think we discussed these things. Central themes: ecology, housing, sustainability, environmental ethics, self-actualization. Can you see the slides?
No, sir.
Wait 1 minute. Now? I think now you can see it, no?
No, sir.
It's
Still
still
not.
not? It's still not?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Sir.
Sure?
Yes, sir. It says that you are sharing the screen, but still we can't see anything.
Can you see now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now?
Yes, sir. Now it's fine.
Okay, so we discussed few things in our previous class, no? Am I correct?
Yes.
We discussed about ecology, then housing. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Sure? Can you remember?
Yes.
Then sustainability.
Not sustainable.
Okay, then Paul, I will summarize. In ecology, there are two streams, especially Norwegian philosopher Arnas in 1973. He declared two versions of ecology. The first one, shallow ecology, then the Sudarshan. The second one is deep ecology, right? Actually, uh, these are the two streams of ecology, two groups of scientists. According to shallow ecologist perspective, the first one, shallow ecologist, we can conceive, we can use environment for our purpose, right? We can cut trees, we can make soils, we can prepare paddy fields, right? We can use environment for our purpose, but it should be a sustainable way, right? Sustainable mechanisms should be there. We cannot uh, destroy the environment. But according to deep ecologists, according to their point of view, we cannot use environmental things for any purpose. We cannot use. According to their point of view, we are the part of our environmental system or ecosystems. We are the part of it. We are not the masters of our environmental system, according to their perspective, right? So, deep ecologists say that shallow ecologists are supporting to establish views of the developed countries or industrialized countries. Then deep ecologists blame shallow ecologists by saying that shallow ecologist perspective is more ethnocentric, not the environmental centric, right? By saying that there are arguments. Very basically, I will say again, according to shallow ecologists, we can use environment within a sustainable way. But according to deep ecologist perspective, we cannot use environment. We are not born for that. If we accept deep ecologist perspective, still we are inside the caves in the jungle. We cannot have development. We cannot move further because there's no space to develop, right? So that's their perspective. So then another one is Holcim. Holcim, Sakalyavade in Sinhala. What is the Tamil version? Sutarshan, Mohanamwal. Can you understand this word? Sutarshan, yes, please. Holcim, can you understand it?
Yes, sir.
What is the Tamil term?
Sorry, sir.
What is the Tamil term for Holcim?
Sorry.
What is the Tamil term for Holcim?
Punidavadam, sir.
Sorry?
Sir, Punidavadam.
Punidavadam. Punidavadam. Am I
Yes, sir.
rightly pronouncing it? Punidavadam. Okay, thank you very much for your teaching. Next time I will put the Tamil term also. So then, according to their perspective, ecologist perspective, traditional political ideologies like Marxism, liberalism, socialism, pacificism, then the nationalism, they did not pay much attention to explain the relationship between human and the nature. Their main focus was on the state and the relationship between state and the citizen, right? Even in the sociologists, they also did not pay attention to investigate the relationship between humankind and the nature or natural world. Their attention was focused on the study of society and societal relationships, as well as interpersonal relationships. Then after other forms of societal related things like psychology and other things, right? So then they regarded nature as little more than an economic resources. According to traditional political views, nature means or environment means the deep well or there is deep well which is containing number of economic resources, right? A deep well which is containing number of economic resources. It means they show the relationship between the man and the environment within the economic lens. Economic lens, they had that habit. They saw everything within the lens of economy. Right? They did not go beyond that. Right? According to their point of view, if something happened to nature or natural world, they perceive that the world or natural world can be repaired like a machine. Therefore, they thought that natural world can be exploited in accordance with their needs and ends. Needs and ends, right? According to them, natural world is born or created for the benefit of human beings. And the old things are second. Human beings, they are the first priority in this world. That's the way of looking by the traditional political ideologies. But ecologists, they took the term according to their point of view, right? Natural world is more important. Human beings, they are not the prime species in this world. We are the part of natural world. We cannot violate the rules and regulations which are created, which are imposed by the natural world. Right? We are the part of it. It means that we are not the masters of natural world. Today we are experiencing this truth, right? Today we are experiencing this truth. Look at this sentence. The term Holcim was coined in 1926 by John Smuts, the Prime Minister of the South Africa. He became a Prime Minister in South Africa in 2 times. Right? At that time, he was a war general. He used the term, first time he used the term Holcim. According to his point of view, he used the term to describe the idea that the natural world could be understood as a whole and not through its individual parts. He used the term Holcim to describe the idea that the natural world could be understood as a whole and not through its individual parts. Right? What the example I have been taken in our previous discussion, foot bicycle, right? That's very simple example, right? Most of us want to have bicycle to ride, right? we know what is it, right? So we know very clearly what are the parts of bicycle. Now we want to buy a good bicycle. Then we went to the shop and now we want to see the types of bicycles. Then we, by touching each and every parts, we just start the checking it. Just we ring the bell, then check the handle, seats, mudguard, paddle, spokes, right? Luggage. Then we felt that each and every parts of this bicycle are good. They are good enough for our purpose. Then think about a moment. Do we have satisfaction to buy it? I say no. Still, we are in suspicion mode because we know that we checked all the parts of the bicycle, right? They are very good, but now we want to check whether all these parts are working properly or not. Now we want to check whether it is working properly or not. Then what we can do next, right? Then what we can do? Then it is obvious. Then we requested from the shop owner, now I want to have a bit time, some time to check this bicycle by riding for a moment. Then inside the shop or outside the shop, sometimes we are riding a bicycle. Sometimes jack in this stand, we will ride the bicycle. I mean, operating each and every parts of the bicycle at this particular moment, same moment. Then we can understand that this bicycle is very good for our purpose. That's the meaning of horsing, right? We want to check whole, not the individual parts. It is same like in our environment. If something happen in one place in the world, it will definitely affect to the other parts of the world, because we are the parts of a chain. We are parts of the natural world. We are in the chain, ecosystems. We are the parts of ecosystems. Most good example in this context is COVID-19, right? We all know that the incident was happening 2019 in where? Wuhan, right? Wuhan, China, People's Republic of China. Wuhan is very big province, but near to university center, Wuhan, it is reported that it is saying that it has been started at Wuhan fish market. Wuhan fish market, right? It is saying that incident, that viral, was first occurred in Wuhan fish market. But look at the situation now. We are very far away from China. India is very far away from China. Other thing is that they are in the hostile mentality. They are not the friends. At the time of virus occurred, USA and China relationship was not good, right? But what was happened? The virus went through the world. India, Sri Lanka, Maldives, then the China, then the Russia, Australia, everywhere. That's one thing is happening in one place in the world. It will definitely affect to the other world, other parts or rest of the parts of the world, rest of the parts of the world, right? That's the way of circulating natural things. If we use chlorofluoro gas or carbon dioxide more and more, then it will definitely affect on our environment. Because of that, global warming is getting very warm. As the result of that, gases in northern and southern polars, they started to melting. Then after, as the result of that, sea level is going high, going rise, going up. As the result of that, the countries or states or islands, small countries on the sea, they are facing in danger because of rising sea level. Those kind of things are talking in ecology by the terms of global warming, greenhouse effect, then climate change, Anthropocene, and all these terms are coming into usage. Anthropocene means because of our day-to-day life, we are damaging our environment, using perfumes, using fridge, using heavy vehicles, right? We all prepared to have very good and luxurious vehicles, Range Rover, then the what's called Defender and all these things, right? But what's the result? While using all these things, we are damaging our environment. Before the COVID-19 emerged, our ozone layer was opened up or it was damaged by our day-to-day work or industry work. But as a result of COVID-19, that's a positive aspect of COVID-19. All the industries were shut down. Our day-to-day works were confined or limited into domestic areas. As a result of that, ozone layer got, ozone layer recovered by itself. It was automatically recovered by itself. That's a very good impact of COVID-19, right? There are a number of negative impacts. Meanwhile, we are having negative impacts. We are having good impacts as well, right? So it means we are the part of world. Each and every action of ours, they are affecting to the other society and other world as well. So that concept is theorized by the ecologist under the term of Holcim. It was firstly used by the South African Prime Minister. Right? Clear? Any questions? Anything do you have to add? Any point from your side? Hello? Can you hear me? Senali?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
No any idea to add?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then pre-Christian era,
No,
right? Pre-Christian era, it means in our primitive societies, we know that we heard that people, they worshipped many natural things. They worshipped stones, rivers, mountains, right? Gaseous, the earth, by saying that Mother's Earth, Goddess Earth. Then they worshipped thunder. Then they worshipped lightning. They worshipped clouds. They worshipped rain, right? Everything, every natural things, they had a habit to worship. We are neglecting their beliefs, their thinking patterns, their living patterns by saying that they are very primitive, or by saying that they are tribal. So most sophisticated word is being used to label them. It is uncivilized era, uncivilized man. We are the civilized human, right? They are not civilized according to anthropocentric point of view, saying that they are not civilized, they are not developed, right? In that way, because they selected many natural things to worship, they selected pure natural ways to live, right? They did not use machines, they did not use money, they didn't use any sophisticated things, just use caves and the what's called leaves and other things as their dress. Right? So then in these days we can think twice. Who are the civilized persons, right? Who are the civilized people? They or we? Though we are civilized, can we continue it? Or were they civilized? Then if they were civilized, what was happened to them? Right? This type of questions we can raise. But environmentalists, they borrowed concepts and ideas from our ancestors, concepts and ideas, views from our ancient people. Then they mix with new scientific versions and they developed new concepts, mixing with our ancient beliefs and knowledge system. For example, James Lovelock, in modern ecologist, James Lovelock in 1979 wrote a book under the name of Gaia, a new look at life on Earth. Gaia, a new look at life on Earth. Gaia. Actually, he borrowed this idea from the Greek myths, because they had an idea about Greek goddess. They believed the Gaia was a goddess. That goddess was there to protect the earth, environment, especially earth, right? Bhumi or bhumiya, right? Bhumi in Sanskrit. The Greek people thought that there was a goddess. Her name was Gaia, the goddess Gaia. Goddess Gaia was there to protect the earth. Then modern ecologist James Lovelock borrowed the views and ideas from that Greek perspective and wrote a book, Gaia, A New Look at Life on Earth. Right? According to that concept, the earth should be worshipped by us because it is like the goddess, right? It gives everything for us. That's why we should worship according to that perspective, right? According to that concept, earth means biospace, atmosphere, oceans, and soil. All the combination of all these things are labeled as the earth or goddess Gaia. Gaia constitutes a living organism that acts to maintain its own existence. The idea of Gaia has developed into an ecological ideology, right? Human beings should respect and protect it because that's the god or goddess. Right? So if we accept this kind of things, we will not think to harm our environment, to damage our environment. Right? Always we will try to protect it. But what we are thinking now, we want to cut trees, make roads, build the houses, right? Natural world is very important for us. In Sri Lanka, there is a common, general saying, as well as general practice, general habit, right? For example, think about if there's a raining, right? Then what the people are saying that, oh my God, it's a catch and dog day. So always rainy, 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 rainy. What the hell, right? Our people, they are trained, or they're saying that, right? Or think about there's a sunny day. Right? Oh, think that, oh my God, what the heat, what warm, I cannot bear, or I cannot walk on the road, or I cannot work properly, sweating, 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 sweating. Oh my God, my clothes are getting wet, wet, wet. Huh? So what the hell, always having very uh, sunny day. Then they started to say in that way. If there's rain 1 or 2 days, then again they started to blame it, right? So if there's a rain, then people, they blame it. Then it is a sunny day, then people blame it. So what the people we are having, right? You know, some people are there, some countries are there, the rain and the, what's called, sun is very rare. For example, I would like to share my two experience with you in this this moment. It is very much related with our topic. So when I was in Nepal, I was at the private hostel. It is 5 stairs building, five stairs building, right? And in that hostel, at the top, there's a rooftop. So the son of the hostel owner was there. There's a chair. He was just sitting. He was just sitting on the table on the chair, and I just look at him. He did not do anything. Even he did not surf the mobile, or he did not read the book. He did not read the newspaper, or even he did not sing a song. Right? He was just sitting over there and just looking on the top of the roof. I mean rooftop, right? So then I asked, Vibash, what you are doing? I was astonished. He was there without doing anything, just sitting for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3. I think, yeah, 2-3 hours. He was just sitting. I was astonished. I thought that he was meditating. So then I asked my dear friend, what you are doing? Then he just said that, just 2 words: sunbathing, sunbathing, sunbathing. Because that's a hilly country. Then it is in the winter season, it is very difficult to find the sun rays. He was there on the rooftop to catch the sun rays. It's called sunbath. What the Sri Lankans are doing, if we are having good sun day, we just start to blame it. Oh, whatever, what the hell? Always we are having setting. How can we protect our clothes? Right? Think about knowing. Right? It's very difficult to find the sun rays, because daytime and nighttime, they are not balancing always, right? So again, my personal experience. One of my friend from Australia, she came to Sri Lanka for 2 months and stayed with us in Sri Lanka. She came to my home. She was my good friend. She's my good friend, right? So then, at the very first day, we were at the Moratua Sarvodaya Center. Then we had an experience with small raining, not the big one, very small raining. Then she started to laughing and showing very happy mood, saying that, oh, that's so rainy. Oh, what a nice, very beautiful. Then she started to get wet while walking here and there, getting rainy water without having umbrella. I just hand over the umbrella, but she didn't take it. Then after, I asked, why you are getting wet while raining? Then she said that Australian climate is a bit humid. It is very difficult to have rainy in, all the time in Australia. So that's why it is very happy time. That's why I did it. Right? What the Sri Lankan people are doing? If there's rainy, oh, what is so rainy? That's how the world. But our people, what we are doing, always blaming to others, maybe politicians, maybe bureaucrats, maybe the what's called army or police, sometimes to the internet connections, or maybe telecommunication companies, or what. If there is no anyone to blame, they will select sun and moon, or sometimes earth, or rain to blame, right? So that's the behavior of our people, Sri Lankans, right? So we have to think about the concept of Gaia, the whole earth, the complete one. Completeness is very important, right? Land or earth, Gaia is the ancestral mother of all life, primal mother earth goddess, according to Greek perspective. She is the immediate parent of uh, Uranus, the sky, parents of Pontus. Again, there are other god and goddess. Uranus, the sky. The other god and goddess. Then the Pontus also same. We just neglect them by saying that Greek myths. But what a beauty they are having, right? Because they show us the clear path to the sustainable way of our life, sustainable way for our life. That's why we should learn them and we should respect them. If there are if there is anything for us, for our life, we should take it, no? Right? I think you can understand what I mean. If there's anything even in the Greek myths or whatever the myths, if there is a positive thing, it is clear, it is obvious. If we take it, it is not, it will not harm for us. It will give more clear path for our life. Then what we why we are not taking it, right? So then the same thing, but as a new point, we can talk about sustainability. Sustainability. So as I mentioned before, traditional political and economic philosophy, or socio-economic philosophy, socio-political philosophy, they talk about economic prosperity, economic growth, gross development product, national development product, and right, per capita income. They are measuring per capita income and all these things. The number of TVs, number of internet connections we are having, number of TV connections we are having, number of size of the TV, number of radios we are having. Nowadays, they are measuring our development, thinking that number of mobile phones we are having, right? Can we assume that though we are having number of TV connections, mobile connections, or internet connections, it means that are we wealthy people, or it means, I mean, can we imagine that as we developed, as we rich, because we borrowed all these things to do our works, right? For example, Sudarshan, he's in Jaffna Peninsula. Now he has a connection, but it is very difficult to connect it. Because of that, number of lessons he has to miss a number of lessons. He couldn't connect. He couldn't continue his education very well. Then what he will try? he will try to buy another connection. Again, it is useless. Then what he will try? He will try another connection again. Then if it is again useless, then he has to buy another one. Then how many connections he has now? 4 connections. 4 connections. Does it mean that Sudarshan is the rich man? No. Right? But number of political ideologies, economic ideologies, social ideologies, or traditional ideologies, they just focusing on development, just measuring the things we have, right? Just measuring things we have. Those ideologies and those parameters, they are not trying to measure quality of our life, how healthy we are, right? What is the understanding level of our mind? What is good, suitable way for learning? The other things, we have to do research for our development, right? So Herman Daly in 1974, he wrote a word, growth mania. According to his perspective, we are having mania. It is called growth mania. Growth mania, right? It should be there, but when it is a mania, then it will definitely harm for our environment, right? We should have some kind of development, the progress. That's obvious, right? Otherwise, we are not human beings. We cannot come to this stage if our ancestors did not have the mentality to have a progress, to have a development, right? Clear? So, but we should balance. We should do it balancedly. Otherwise, then it becomes a mania. When it becomes a mania, then it will automatically damage to ourselves and our environment. Each and every living organisms will be damaged or will be harmed by these things. It is not only misguided, but also fundamental cause of environmental disaster, growth mania. Herman Daly is talking about the growth mania. Think about, open up your eyes, open up your ears, right? Think about, just see our society. They're having growth mania. Don't you think in that way? What our parents are doing? Just go to your school or primary school, just see it, just wait 5 or 10 minutes, just see it. How many parents are there waiting for their children? Right? Then after, just follow them and try to understand what the behavior they are having. They just pick up their students from the school, primary school, then just feed them, right? Providing many shorties and junk foods, right? Then after, they drag their students, they drag their children to the private tuition class. Then after, students, they are compelled to come to their home and learn. They have to read lot of things. They have to do lot of things. The homeworks which are given by the school teacher as well as the private teacher. Sometimes the private tuition class is also being done by the school teacher. The same teacher. she's having, or he's having morning class at the school, evening class at the private class, right? What the confidence level he or she has. He or she is not good in confidence. That's what he or she wants to have extra time, extra place, extra money for delivering his knowledge to small kids, right? What the hell we are living, right? Very small kids, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5. Grade 5 school children are the most, I mean, unluckiest students in this country, right? They are under the many pressure, huge pressure. Last days, I think you have seen the Facebook, right? Many of them posted there. I mean, children's grade 5 scholarships results. That's the, again, mania. That's not the education. Education is not like that. We should learn to live. We should learn to solve our problem while we are living in our society. We should learn how to select best option among the different alternatives. We want to learn how to select, how to measure cost-effective solution among the different alternative solutions. That's the objective of our education. We want to live. We want to have good education, to live without doing harm to the others and environment. But I'm in a question. I'm in a questioning problem. I have a question. I'm not sure whether they are having this type of things or not. They are having good education or not. Most of them, not only that small kids, their parents are suffering. They're not having good sleep. They're not having good food. They are not wearing good clothes. They are not having what's called mental relaxation. Not only that, their teachers are also suffering. Just every morning, early morning, they're coming out from their home. Then after all day, they had to work in a school. They're not without having good food or good sleep, having good rest. They have to continue their knowledge sharing in private tuition class. So what will be happen to their health system? All these things are combined with growth mania, which was coined by the Herman Daly in 1974. That's the totally harmful concept for the environment. In environmentalism and environment, thinking about sustainability. Sustainability. We want to protect environment for the future generation. We want to protect our environment for ourselves as well as for the future generation, for our children, for our future generation. So that's the way of consuming environment, right? That's called sustainability. Space is, I mean, Earth is like Earth. it is labeled, it is theorized, it is conceptualized under the term of spaceship Earth. Spaceship Earth. It means this Earth is like a ship. Ship. Earth is sailing at the atmosphere, right? Sailing on the space. That's why it's called spaceship. This emphasizes the notion of limited and exhaustible wealth. So we are having resources, but they are not unlimited. They're limited. Like while sailing, the ship, it has many resources, many things, but they are not unlimited. They're, right? Their resources are very limited. That's why they has to sail land to land to fill the gas, to fill the oil and other things and so on, right? The Earth is like that. That's why it's called spaceship, a spaceship Earth. Then the environmental ethics. Conventional ethical systems are clearly anthropocentric. According to, as I mentioned before, all the ideologies are anthropocentric. It means, according to their perspective, human beings, they are the utmost species in this world. Utilitarianism is most valuable concept and theory according to that perspective. Post-materialism is there. So it is a theory that explains the nature of political concerns and the terms of level of economic development. So when we are using environment, we have to think about environment. We should have some kind of ethics, right? That's what is called environmental ethics. Environmental ethics. Right, I think that's enough for today, right? I think now I'm going to end this discussion. If you have any questions, comments, now this is your time. You can speak. You can add more. You can add your experience, personal experience as well. Anything from your side? Hello? You are very silent, so that's a problem, right? I feel that you are not just students, university students. I just feel that you are the what's called just followers. The Batimatun. Am I right? Sudarshan? Dullani? Sairi, Senali? Shamila, Vinotani? Mohan Ambar? I think Rosan, she has connection problem. Is it clear? The lesson? Senali?
Yes, sir.
What about the others? Dullani?
All clear, sir.
Clear, but I would like to listen your ideas, your comments, your experience. We have to add those things, right? I don't like to have the Batimatun. So the followers, I just like to see the very critical students, because you are in third year students, right? So it means that you must show your third yearness, right? Now you are not in a first year. Senali? You have
Yeah.
to you have to show your third yearness, right? Otherwise, we cannot understand what the level you are having, what the knowledge level you are having. Okay, then shall we continue our discussion tomorrow? Sutarshan, any questions from your side?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Yes, sir.